Word, y'all. What's the word, y'all? Peace, Cosmic family. Peace, Cosmic family. Let me just prop y'all real quick just to make a statement real quick, right? So it's been a little minute since I came on here and recorded, especially in this space, right? But this is my environment type shit. This is my desk, right? Because even though I'm in a, youth homeless shelter, I'm still a boss. And I'm still an intellect, right? But without further ado, I was interrupted, right, when the staff came here and said something about there were two guys, basically, two of my reflections, I guess you can say. I think we're having some disturbance right now. I be having to say shit like this really low because the words I speak is currency. And that's the topic we about to get into today. My bad. I thought somebody had came in, but it appears that the coast is clear. Or is it? But no, for real, they interrupted me and whatever like that. You know, or not even really interrupted, but they tuned into my frequency to ask me a question. And that question was, could I take them to Belleville, Illinois to get some things that they, needed from over there? It was like a PS4 and some shit. 1 second. Gotta keep my lips nice and juicy. Yeah. Yeah, but basically, voila. Actually, a dude at Walgreens put me on this. He was like, that car mixing shit actually got like glass in it. They put glass in that shit. But basically, they asked me could I take them to Belleville, Illinois, right? And one of the first things I said to them before we even got outside was, do y'all have gas money, right? Because y'all know that gas is like boohoo fucking high, right? Or if that's what you perceive it to be, because to me it's just gas, so I pay whatever, right? But I was saying something, or I was giving more so like a common, excuse on why I didn't want to take them. But I would have if they had a currency, right? And in that way, the currency was really money. It was really money because I already got gas in the car, right? Because gas is a currency as well, right? So I already had gas in the car. I didn't need any gas, right? So I was like, did y'all have gas money, right? That's what I said. I said gas money, right? See, the thing that we don't recognize with ourselves as people is a lot of time we be beating around the bush, right? When trying to say things that we want, right? We say gas money. That means that we want gas and money, or money and gas, right? You have to flip this shit on the side sometimes to actually see a bigger picture, right? And this video is sponsored by nobody. This is sponsored by the ancestors, right? Why? Because everything has happened in divine alignment. Like I told y'all, I was writing a book, right? Or I'm in the process of writing my book on some shit like that. And I was interrupted, but it really wasn't an interruption. It was more so like a opportunity to get this download, right? Because it was only when I went out there and talked to him, right, that I was even able to be like, damn, right? A currency, right? Everything is a currency, right? So basically, I forgot, my bad. So basically, I ended up basically telling them that if they didn't have no gas money, right, then I couldn't take them, right? So first of all, with these two individuals already asking, can I take them to Belleville? My intuition was already boohoo sky high, like why the fuck would someone want me to take them somewhere, right? Especially to Belleville, right? I don't mind sometimes, but these two individuals I don't usually talk to. 1 second. That's a sign right there. That's the ambulance, right? So basically, people have to understand that we get signs, right? We get signs, certain signs, right? Especially when you're talking, right? Because life flows. Life isn't in a straight line, right? Right? Because a straight line is like masculine, flowing is like feminine, and we know that life is feminine with a masculine counterpart. Just like death is feminine with a masculine counterpart, because death is like darkness and darkness. Yeah, but that's a whole other subject. I'm not trying to make this video 10 minutes. I'm trying to explain a simple concept that people need to understand, which is also going to be in my book. So make sure that y'all tune into that. So basically, I told these two individuals that they did not have, gas money. I couldn't take them. Why? And I said that, well, in nature, nothing comes just priceless. Everything has a worth, everything has a value, right? Even if the value we say is mental, right? Is physical, emotional, or spiritual. We got 4 different types of currencies right here, baby. 4 of them. And guess what? This is the year of 2024, which is 8. So we got karma as well. So basically, you have these currencies, right? And a lot of times we get mixed up in only worrying about the physical currency. And I explained to them that the physical currency would have been the money, right? Or the gas, which is not technically even that currency. Why? Because we use money for what? We use money for a mental currency or a emotional currency, because you can't use money for a spiritual currency. This is why in the Bible, in a way, it says that, it will be hard for a person to inherit the kingdom of God who is rich or who has a lot of money, right? Because he thinks that this money is what, or this physical money, physical currency is what's making him happy. But that's a lie. It's not. So basically, this physical currency, right, or the physical currency I asked them for, which was the money or the gas money, because I didn't say gas, remember, I said gas money. So we have to, first of all, use introspection, and we have to be true with ourselves first. Because if I would have said, give me some money, right, then he would have said, oh, I had no money, right? But he said, or appeared to have made an excuse on, oh, you know what, I can give it to you next week or whatever like that, which is what he said, right? Because he was thinking that, okay, he has gas already. He just needs gas money, right? So he was already going off the perception that I didn't need, right, the gas money, or I didn't need the money in his bag because I had gas. Because if I didn't, I would have just said I needed gas, right? Which to his understanding, right, he would have said, oh, well, he doesn't have no gas. There's no way I won't be able to do this in the conversation. But that wasn't, because why? I said we needed gas money, right? So we brought another person into the check, right? These are spirits and shit like that, gas and money, right? So with having this conversation with this individual, which name I do not want to say, right? Because I do not gossip. I'm just using them as a example, right? And basically, this gas money. Wait, let me get some water real quick, 1 second. Inhale, hell, motherfucking low. Right? Because that's what hello is. Hello. Hell to the low nigga. Right? But basically, back to what I was saying. I was explaining to him the different currencies. I was explaining to this individual on how he could pay me with different currencies possibly, right? I said, well, you could give me a mental currency, right? Which would probably come from your words, because we say that your words are a currency, right? Or the tongue. You have the power of life and death in your tongue. You have a currency, right? A man is only as good as his word, right? Your word is bond, right? These are different currencies, right, that come out your mouth. Or more so to say, a mental currency, right? Because words target the brain, right? We know words is being spells and a whole nother bunch of shit. That's a whole nother video. So basically, I asked could he pay me a different currency, right? Which would be mental, like, and that mental currency would have been something like, oh man, I pay back next week, right? But his word was not only not as good as his bond, right? But I didn't even really have a bond with dude, right? So, let alone the second individual he was with, right? Which I didn't even really know. So basically, without further ado, they cannot pay me in mental currency, which was their words. Right, so I asked if I could pay them possibly in a emotional currency, right? Because we know emotional currencies are emotional currency is the love or the love we're able to give to someone, right? You only have this amount of love for this individual, right? And it's all on a scale. It's on a polar scale type shit like that, right? And in the universe, this is also a law called the law of polarity, right? Things exist on a pole, right? And we know that law is like the divine representation of Ma'at, right? Or we can say Baz, because she's the one that basically gobbles up a heart if it is like what? If it is not lighter than a feather. But let's think about that concept, right? Not lighter than a feather. So basically, let's think about let's think about Black and Mild. Let's think about the fucking Black and Mild. Like, I'm gonna like do this shit to y'all real quick. Where my Black and Mild at? And I got wood tip. We know wood is an element, so I'm using this for beneficial reasons, my nigga. And that's what we did with tobacco. We used it for beneficial reasons, but I'm gonna use it as an example. You know when you first buy a Black and Mild, right? And you know how you gotta freak that motherfucker a little bit because it be too stale, right? You gotta freak that bitch. That be a motherfucker be hard as hell, right? You could damn near stab a motherfucker with the goddamn Black and Mild. So you be having to freak it a little bit, right? Give her a nice little massage and, you know, let her know that you're the most prettiest girl in the world, right? Just to smoke that motherfucker, right? Keep listening. So we know that Black and Mild is a straight line, right? Just like the law of polarity, right? So if we know that this side right here would be like your positive, this side right here will be your negative, right? We know that if I just press right here, it's not gonna give a flow to the Black and Mild. I gotta press a little bit everywhere, on the negative and on the positive, right? This is where we need the concept of duality. So I'm pressing on both of these sides, trying to make sure that I'm getting a good ass airflow, right? And what we doing, we putting pressure on it. Like, it's like we're challenging every angle of this motherfucker, right? Man, if you hit somebody Black and Mild, right, and that shit ain't broke in enough, you like, what the fuck? It's gonna be hard for you to breathe, goddamn. But basically, without further ado, you have to go on each side of this shit, right? And basically, what I was explaining about my emotional currency, did I have enough currency? Did I have enough? Do I have enough emotional currency to give this man so I can drive him all the way to Belleville, Illinois? Let me check his bank account. Well, sir, it appears that you are fucking broke. You're not even in debt. You have no credit, my nigga. Like, this is what the banks say, right? Check me out, check me out. Now, had I had enough emotional currency, right, I would have been able to. See, that was my roommate that came in, so we gotta wrap this shit up. So I did have enough emotional currency. If I did, it would have been something like this. Or if your heart was like in a feather, I'm guessing it would have been something like this. Because what's really lighter than a feather, my nigga? Smoke. And where does smoke come from? Where is it absorbed from, really? The soul, the stomach, my nigga. And it travels up the heart. Right? That's why they say, oh, this gives you heart disease, right? Smoking gives us a lot of shit. But it also goes through all your chakras. Yeah, I ain't peeped that. Yeah, I ain't peeped that. And guess what? It's a nigga in the youth homeless show. Let me reword that. I trigger people here. This man is mad. My next roommate is mad, but you know what it is with me? You know what it is with me. Distractions can't be interrupted by those. Without further ado, or without interruption, I asked this man, did he have a spiritual currency? He did not have a spiritual currency. Not only did he seem uninterested in really what I was expressing to him, completely wasting my currency, which was my words, but he didn't waste them. For they did not go to waste, brothers and sisters out here, for they were realized and were perfectly aligned. Sometimes you just gotta smile. But you know what? This black is making my stomach hurt. Right? And it's only making my stomach hurt because I don't have something to eat, my nigga. Too much smoke. I need something to weigh me down. Or I want to get too high to the point where it's like goodbye into the sky. Just to come by like a shooting star passing by. But physical currency, money, mental currency, words, emotional currency, just the amount of which you can show or more so give and receive love. And then spiritual currency, your spiritual ranking, my nigga. Like, do I feel like me taking you over here for a PS4 is important, especially if I'm not getting something out of it? Nah, not at all. But that was all.